Hey, this is your boy, the host with the most, but humble, and I do mean humble, the Nostradamus, aka Derek, and I'm here, of course, on a Sunday to give you the hungry, happy, healthy people here at Wrestlekram. Of course, this is the Sunday edition, probably the only Sunday edition, but the Sunday edition of Axe Wrestlekram. If you're watching it today, you're watching it tomorrow, you're watching it next week, I truly do thank you from the bottom of my heart to the depths of my loins. I truly do thank you. Without you guys, it truly wouldn't be me. I'm humbled each and every single time I'm allowed to do this. Thank you so much for allowing me to do this. If you want to do anything for your boy, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. You guys like, share, and subscribe. Hit that notification bell as well. So as soon as it hits, you can watch it, you can enjoy it, have a great time with that. So don't forget to hit that notification bell when you hit the sub button. We're still on the road to 300. I know we're not going to get there this go around, but it's okay. It's okay. This is a marathon. It is not a sprint. It is not a sprint. So don't forget also to you can go to my information tab or that little straight mark that way and check out all the other social media sites I'm on. Of course, I'm on the X. I'm on TikTok as well, and I do have my own Facebook group page. It is Wrestlekram Super Club. Go check me out over there as well. I am posting on there every single day. So you can go out there and say hey to your boy. Say hey, how you doing? And I'll say hey back. That's kind of how it works. So you can do that as well. Today is a Sunday, of course, and I do apologize again. I usually have this out by Friday, but lots of things that happened with the family, with a particular person that happened, so I had to take care of them. Of course, I take care of family first, always family first. Remember, if you have family, you only have that one person, for a while. So make sure you take care of that particular person, whoever that family member is. Take care of that family member. And I've been trying to record all Saturday. I just could not get the mojo, and unfortunately, it just did not come together. So I'm doing this actually on Sunday. I have it taken care of now. I'm doing it now. Shout out to the hospitals, all the hospitals out there who work really, really hard. I promise you, I think I have a traction now to nurses. I swear, I think I do. That'd be beautiful, beautiful. I mean, not. I'm not trying to crap on everybody else, but I just think I have a thing for nurses now. How about that? But anyway, if you don't know anything about Axe Wrestlekram, I send out a feed at 10 o'clock on Sunday. Matter of fact, it's out right now, so you can get your questions in. After that, you have until probably Thursday to get your questions in, and then your boy Dino Stradavis usually gets those questions out, and we talk about it. Have a great time about that. But other than that, what more do I have? Don't forget the Wrestlekram gripe feed is out, so you can get your gripes out over there. So don't forget about over there as well. You can get your frustrations out over there. That is, of course, on Wednesdays. Once again, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Like, share, and subscribe. Hit that notification bell. Without further ado, this is the very first question of Axe Wrestlekram. The very first one is going to be the Southern Belle 1980. How we doing, Southern Belle? What do you think of the Grand Theft Auto 5 trailer? Well, I thought it was interesting. I will say that. It looks very entertaining. It looks like it's gonna be in Florida, probably Miami, which is one of the biggest metropolitan areas in the South. Never been to Miami. I would love to go to Miami. I got to get big first though. Let me get like bulk first, and then I'll go to Miami, because everybody in Miami is so beautiful. Every time I see it, it looks like everybody there is so beautiful. But I did see it. It looks very interesting, very entertaining. I myself, I am not a Rockstar fan. I don't really play a lot of Rockstar games. The last game that I really and truly enjoyed playing that was Rockstar was Manhunt 2. I'm still waiting on that sequel to come out. I'm waiting on the sequel to Manhunt 2 to come out. It was a very interesting game. Very fun game and a great storyline. So I am still waiting on that. But other than that, I've never was a huge fan of Grand Theft Auto. The one that I really enjoyed playing was none of them, but the one I kind of, held on to was the one in Liberty City, the one that was in New York. I guess it was a mafia-based one. So I played that one, but I really just wasn't a fan. I had a cousin that I used to live with who used to play it all the time. I used to watch him, and it's fun to watch. I will say that, but other than that, I just wasn't a fan. The trailer, I mean, a lot of controversy around it, but we'll see what happens with that. But once again, I thought it was very interesting, entertaining. So, but thank you so much for that question, Miss Southern Belle. The next question is gonna be from a Black Star Boy. His question is: will CM Punk main event WrestleMania 40? I see that happening. Yes, I see that without a doubt that he will. He has to. The way it's looking. I will say, Cody, I'm sorry, but your story will not be fulfilled this year. I just don't see it happening. I see CM Punk main eventing WrestleMania. I see him winning the Royal Rumble. I see him getting close to beating Roman Reigns in the main event, but I just don't see that happening. But I do see him main eventing. I do see probably in the future Roman bulking up those numbers in the bloodline. Hopefully that will happen as well. We get some new members of the bloodline to Roman, because I mean it's just getting to a point of like, But yeah, I do see that. I do see the great mic exchange between CM Punk and Roman Reigns before WrestleMania, keeping CM Punk on the Raw brand. That's what we can do. Keep him on the Raw brand. But I see it. I see it. I guarantee that they talked about it. He talks about it on relentlessly on the mic when he's on TV, and I just see that happening. I just see it happening. CM Punk versus Roman Reigns at WrestleMania 40. That is money. That is money. That's straight money, you guys. So yes, I do see that happening. Thank you so much for that question, Black Star Boy. The next question is going to be from Laurel. How we doing, Laurel? Do you personally think Kayfabe is dead? That is a great question. That is a great question. I don't think it's dead. I don't think it's dead, but I do think it's on life support. If you don't know anything about Kayfabe is pretty much keeping everything inside, keeping the character going, even when you're not even in the ring. The Kayfabe 80s was alive and well. When you seen the Macho Man Randy Savage out about, he was Macho Man Randy Savage. So I mean, that's kind of how it worked. Kayfabe was a very strong thing. If you were a babyface, you hung out with babyfaces. Even if your best friend was a heel, you did not hang out with that person on the outside. That's just how it worked. And when it came to Kayfabe, the reason why I think Kayfabe is not dead and on really on life support is because of social media. Social media, including myself, I love the dirt sheets. I'm a bigger fan of dirt sheets than I am of the actual in-ring stuff. If you don't know that, now you know. But I'm a huge fan of the dirt sheets. I like to know about the real life situations and the contract negotiations and the real life drama. I like to see that side of the situation. But, don't get me wrong. I do love the in-ring product. But if I had to choose between the dirt sheets and the in-ring product, it's going to be the dirt sheets all day, because I really want to know the insideness of what's going on. And I truly enjoy a lot of the stuff that happens in the management side. I really do. So with the social media, we have a lot of people who are big fans, the wrestlers, who's a big fan of social media. Now, you do have some people that truly still cater to the kayfabe side. MJF is a huge person of kayfabe. You really don't see him out of character a lot. But then again, on that flip side, you do see like Swerve Strickland, who did the Chris Van Vliet interview, where he is just normal person. He's normal person just talking about situations. So I mean, there are some people that actually still, cater to the kayfabe scenario, and I respect them for that. But I do respect the people who, they're just a normal person. They just want to live a normal life, and I'm not mad at them as well. So yeah, that's my thing when it comes to the kayfabe stuff. Great question, thank you. Let me put a heart right there. That's a great question. Great question. Thank you so much for that question, Laurel. The next question is going to be from Mitch. Does it? How we doing, Mitch? What is your Mount Rushmore of WWE returns? I'm gonna put a heart right there as well. I thought that was a really great question, really fun question. So my returns, the very first one I would have to say is probably the Super Cena one, where I think he tore his shoulder. I think it was his shoulder, and he came back in like very fast fashion. I mean, it was huge when he came back for the Royal Rumble and just blew everything apart. Number two, I think after I think it's 10 to 7 years, with a broken neck fusion surgery, was Edge. Edge did a great job with that. Goodness gracious, that Royal Rumble was on and popping that go around. I would say that was really, really good how they did that. Edge did win. Of course, John Cena won as well. Of course, CM Punk. I mean, on Survivor Series this year was a crazy. That was completely crazy, you guys. So I do enjoy that one as well. That was a really fun return. I mean, huge pop on Survivor Series with that situation. And the last return, I'm going to say, let me think. Triple H. I'll say Triple H after him blowing his quad out. I think it was both his quads. Him coming back as well. I think it was from the Royal Rumble as well. I think he did return. So great return as well. So the top four for me, of course, is John Cena. Number two will be Edge. Number three will be who did I say number three was? Oh my God, my brain is going a million miles per hour. What was it? Edge. It was Cena, Edge, and oh my goodness. Anyway, it was Triple H. I know it was number four. I'm going crazy. But yeah, those are my top. I'll re-look at this and whatnot, and I do apologize. I am going crazy, you guys. I do apologize. But thank you so much for that question, Mitch Does It. I have another question from Mitch Does It. How we doing again? Mitch, let's see what's going on. That's I'm sorry. Will you be going to see the movie Wonka in theaters on December 15th? It's actually 17th. So no, I did not go see that movie. I thought that it was a very interesting trailer. I do enjoy the Willy Wonka movies, including the one with Johnny Depp. I thought it was really fun, really entertaining. It's not on the top of the agenda. The Iron Claw movie is pretty much on the top of the agenda. I would really like to see that movie times 12. It looks like a very fun movie. The Wonka, this is about before he gets the factory, and he's trying to scratch and claw and try to get everything taken care of so he can get the factory. Apparently lots of twists and turns, and it looks very fun. I love the songs on Willy Wonka All Day Every Day, but that, just like I said, it's not on the top of the agenda. The top of the agenda is Iron Claw. I cannot wait to see that movie. I am a huge Von Erich fan. I'm from Louisiana, so Texas is my neighbor. So I would love to see that as well. So that will be the like Wonka's like number 5 right now. What I'm looking to check out. Aquaman is coming out as well. I want to check that as well. So. But thank you so much for that question. Mitch Does It. The next question is going to be Black Starboy. How we doing, Black Starboy? What do you think of the new game of the year, Baldur's Gate? And have you played it? And if not, will you purchase it? I've heard great things about Baldur's Gate 3. I myself have not gotten the game yet. I am in the process of getting that bad boy. I promise you I will. Here's the thing about why I think it became Game of the Year. It's a complete game. It's a game that they have completely made, and people are buying games that are incomplete, and you want us to spend another $30 on a DLC. I think that if you complete a game and you make a DLC, it is a game that's completely different from the main story. So that's kind of how I like that. That's how I want that to happen. Even with the Mortal Kombat thing, I got a lot of beef behind that, but the storyline isn't done. So what is the point of me buying complete DLCs over and over again to keep the storyline going? That doesn't make any sense to me. That's why I will not buy Mortal Kombat. I will probably buy it when everything is done, and I can get the game. I can get the Mortal Kombat game when all the DLCs are on there. Because I don't even like Mortal Kombat anyway. I don't like the fighting style, and the storyline is mid. That's all I can say. It's mid, but with Baldur's Gate, it is a completed game. Now, will I buy a DLC for that game? Yes, I will, because that's going to be a completely different storyline. That's the beautiful thing about it. I mean, I think a lot of people are going to now start trying to copy that, hey, Baldur's Gate did it. How about we do it? You get more money. You get more money or whatnot, and I think Baldur's Gate did a great job. I've never played a over the head type of RPG, so that'll be the very first one I get. And yes, I will purchase that game. I will purchase it, and I will let you know how good it is firsthand when I do get that game. But thank you so much for that question, Black Star Boy. Good question. Good question. I have another question from Mitch Does It. How we doing, Mitch Does It? Who are some of your favorite YouTube channels to watch? It could be wrestling related or non-wrestling related. So, great question. Great question. I have a lot of I put a heart right there. There are a lot of, okay, so I love indie horror games. I love indie horror games to death. So there are a couple of suggestions, and I'll put them in the comments or whatnot. I'll put them in, well, not the comments, I'll put them in the description. So there's a CUJ, he's a British guy, he's over there across the pond, that I love. He is, specifically does, indie horror games. Huge fan of him. Also, the Outer Middle Show, huge fan of him as well. Shout out to both of those people. Of course, I love Markiplier. Markiplier's not doing a lot because he's very, very busy, but usually he is a horror person as well. Big fan of Markiplier. Outside of the realm of gaming, I do love a channel called The Line. It's an atheist channel where they do debate theists. If you know what a theist is a person who does believe in a god. Great. It's entertaining, very fun, and educational for people to look at. Also, what else do I like? I like a lot of documentaries. I'm a huge fan of World War II. Big fan also of like the Jim Crow era and the Reconstruction era. I myself, as an African American male, I do like to get into things that are African American. Malcolm X, Du Bois, things like that. I love to look at things in those situations. The up and coming of the NAACP, things like that. I'm a huge fan of the African American history. I will tell anybody, not even African Americans, but if you are a African American, history is American history. You can't just put it in on February. Which is the coldest month of the year. I'm still lost behind that. But I would tell anybody to go check out anything that consists of Malcolm X. I would say even Martin Luther King after the government didn't do what he asked him, and he becomes a militant. or whatnot. So it's a lot of stuff that I love with the African American stuff. But those are some of the ones that I do enjoy as well. I can't really give you channels with the Reconstruction and things like that. But just pull up Reconstruction. And Jim Crow era. I mean, they are so interesting. They're so interesting. But those are the ones that I kind of like. Shout out to everybody that I just named out as well. Thank you so much for that question. That's a good question. The next question is going to be from Mr. Greenhead. How we doing, Mr. Greenhead? Who is your dark? I said what, but I think he said who. Who is your dark horse winner for the Women's Royal Rumble this year? I think I've already said this, but I think that Mercedes Moné will re-sign with the WWE. I really think that's going to happen. And not only will she re-sign with the WWE, she will premiere at the Royal Rumble. I think her contract with Stardom is coming up, which is a smart thing. I don't think that she's going to be a part of AEW. I just don't see that happening. The women's division with them even getting a Saraya did not boost what they were supposed to boost. Unfortunately, the women's revolution is gonna take a while for that to happen in the AEW locker room, and I think the help of Mercedes Moné or Sasha Banks will not. That's not gonna happen. It's just not gonna happen. I'm sorry, just not gonna happen. I see her coming back home and her doing a great job as winning. For probably coming as number 30 at the Royal Rumble. I see that happening. So if I had to choose anybody, it will be Mercedes Moné. Thank you so much for that question, Mr. Greenhead. Hold on for a second. I had to get that out. Okay, so the next question is going to be from Only Nike. How we doing, Only Nike? Is Finn Balor a perfect first opponent for CM Punk before Rollins? I would love to see it. I mean, have we ever seen a Prince Devitt versus a CM Punk match? I don't think we have. So that will be a dream match all by itself. Him going against the Judgment Day, that would be really fun to see. Him just going against, because I think that he's already signed for for 2 matches. I know one for a house show at Madison Square Garden where he will face Dominic Mysterio. If he wins against Dominic Mysterio, make sure we get great video of that. So we can, so everybody else is upset behind the situation that Dominic lost to CM Punk, erupting the entire group, and letting stuff like, and that pinpointing for Finn Balor to face CM Punk in the future. We have plenty of time before the Royal Rumble happens, so I would love to see that. That would be a very fun thing. Day one, how about that? CM Punk versus Finn Balor at day one. I mean, I would love to see that. I mean, I think anybody would love to see that. That's a money match as well. Anything that CM Punk touches is money. How about that? So yes, I would love to see that. I mean, Seth, if he does face Seth, I don't see that for the title. I just don't see it for the title. If it is, it's going to be a match just between the two. And that will be it with that. So that will be something. I mean, I think that Drew's going to take that title off of Seth at Rumble. And I think it's just going to be, I think Seth is just going to go crazy after that. And, since he lost his title and CM Punk lost his opportunity against Roman Reigns, they are both 2 people with chips on their shoulders, and they want to face off eventually. That's what's going to happen. So I do see something like that happening. But thank you so much for that question, Only Nike. Next question is going to be from Mitch Does It. How we doing, Mitch Does It? Could a heel faction of CM Punk, Braun Breaker, Cora Jade, and is it Baron Corbin work in the WWE? So could a heel faction with CM Punk, Braun Breaker, Cora Jade, and Baron Corbin work in the WWE? Of course it will. Of course it can. I mean, come on. You have 3 huge stars, and Cora Jade, who I like. I like Cora Jade, but Cora Jade isn't as big of a name as the other three you named. I would think that would be a great, really great faction, a powerhouse faction. But the question would be, how long would it last until Braun Breaker wants his shine? I think it'll be a situation all over again with Evolution when Batista was like, "Hey, it's time for me to get upgraded now." So it would be that same storyline. So I would like to see it. It would be a great faction. Of course, Punk being the champion, Braun Breaker and Corbin being the tag title holders, and Cora Jade being the women's champion. That would be a really fun group for about 6 months to a year until Braun Breaker finally realizes that he is the name that he should be, beating CM Punk for that title. That would be a great thing to see, or whatnot. But yeah, I would love to see it. That would be a very fun faction. Very fun faction. But there's a lot of heel factions. There's a lot of heel factions right now. But we'll see. We'll see what happens with that. That would be very fun. Very fun. Very great fantasy booking with that one. Thank you so much for that question, Mitch Does It. Next question is going to be Mr. Greenhead. Did you watch NXT Deadlock, and what did you feel about it? I thought it was very, it was okay. It was okay. I really enjoyed Trick winning the Iron Survivor match. I really did enjoy that. Also, I enjoyed Blair Davenport winning her match as well. Very fun match between Ilya Dragunov and Baron Corbin. Shout out to Ilya Dragunov. I think he is seriously injured. And I'm thinking they're going to do probably a tournament for that title now. That's probably, or they'll do a tournament for New Year's Evil to be the next competitor for that title against Trick Williams, who's should be the person to be in that match. But I thought it was a very fun show. Very fun show. I enjoyed it. But like I said, it was okay. It wasn't okay. It wasn't a huge thing. I can't wait to see what they do with the Iron Survivor match on the main roster. I would love to see something like that. I don't know who created this Iron Survivor thing, but I think it's really, really good. I think this is the second time they've done it, and the first time was really good. The second time they've done it is really, really fun. It's an innovative match. I really do think that's really, really fun. It's in my top 5 now of great gimmick matches. It's really, really good. I will say that. But thank you so much for that question, Mr. Greenhead. Next question is going to be Dragon Hunter XD. How are we doing, Dragon Hunter XD? A lot of contracts are expiring next year, but one wrestler I want to mention from AEW, All Ego Ethan Page. Should he try out for the WWE? Yes, I do think he should try out for the WWE. Have you seen him lately? He is huge. He is completely jacked. And, Ring of Honor's not doing anything with him. AEW's not doing anything with him. I would love him to try out for NXT and go to NXT. A lot of those NXT veterans are leaving. They are going to the main roster. I would love to see him make a faction with if they get Orn over there, they make their own. I keep saying this, but I would love to see a new 4 horsemen, and I think All Ego Ethan Page would be a great addition to being a part of the 4 horsemen. Of course, with Lexus King or Brian Pillman Jr.? I would love to see that. I would love to see something like that in the new 4 horsemen. Of course, All Ego Ethan Page being the leader of there. I can see him being the world champion over there at NXT for a long time. I mean, he is really, really good. Let's see that happen. I would love to see him because they're not doing anything with him on AEW or Ring of Honor. Let that happen. So yeah, I would love to see him go to NXT and have him do a great job in NXT. Thank you so much for that question. This is a very interesting question. I did respond to this because I wanted to get a more specific on what Mitch was talking about. So this is a Mitch question. How you doing, Mitch? Do you think more people would be fans of wrestling if wrestling was not predetermined or scripted? Um, that is a very interesting question. Um, my thing, this is my answer to that. I don't think it would be because the I don't think that would it couldn't happen like that. I mean, even if they did do something like this, um, I mean, like they would find out who would win at the. I mean, because everybody, because both participants want to win. They want to win. So, um, I don't know how. Like they would have these 2 hour long matches, and spotting and doing spots and things like that, like on the fly. I mean, I think practice is very important in wrestling. So, yeah, and then I asked him, I asked, like, he said like a UFC type of style. Well, we already have a UFC style. It's called UFC. So I can't, I, I, I will say this. I can't compute how this would happen. I don't see in my brain how the WWE wouldn't predetermine a match and say you have 15 minutes to put on a really good show. You figure it out who's gonna win, who's gonna lose, or the ref gets in his ear like, okay, well, John Cena, you're gonna win against The Rock right now. You're gonna win this match. Y'all figure it out how y'all gonna do it right then and there. I just don't see how that would work. How it can work. It would be a very interesting thing. I will say that it would be very interesting, but yeah, wrestling is not fake. It's not fake, but it's not real either. It's predetermined for a reason, because if we didn't have a predetermined match, it would be just Greco style wrestling, which we would see with pins and things like that. So we wouldn't have the really cool high flying moves and things like that. So I don't I think they would lose more fans if they had something like that than it would gain fans or whatnot. That would just be my opinion. But in the comments, what do you think? What do you think? Do you think that they would gain more fans off of a non-predetermined wrestling, like a UFC style type of wrestling, than just regular wrestling? How about that? So great question. Thank you so much for that question, Mitch Does It. The next question is going to be from Southern Belle. I'll be doing Southern Belle. The NXT deadline, it looks like they are going to push Trick Williams to the moon when he gets to the main roster. But what do you think about Carmelo Hayes? I think Carmelo Hayes is awesome. I really do. But I think Trick is just a different monster. He has the size, he has the look, he has the weight on him. I mean, the wrestling isn't there yet. He's not that great of a wrestler, but once again, there's a lot of mainstream wrestlers that wasn't good wrestlers. Hulk Hogan wasn't a great wrestler, but he had the look, he had the size, he had the physique, he had the mic skills to catapult him to the top. And have you heard Trick Williams talk? Trick Williams is a great talker. I love every time he gets on the mic. He's really, really good. That's something that Trick doesn't have right now. Trick doesn't have a great mouthpiece as of right now. His manager, Trick Williams, was the one that was doing a lot of the talking. So I would love to see Carmelo do more talking. And but here's the thing. Trick moveset is phenomenal. Phenomenal. He has the look. He has the look. I think he is a really great in-ring performer. He's not a tall guy. And Vince loves those tall guys, but Carmelo was a great champion. I will say that. I liked him as a heel more than a face. I loved him with the attitude, the ego. I liked it that one. So the face one when he was champion was kind of mid. I want him to go back to like being a heel. I would love to see him in the faction with Bobby Lashley and the Street Profits. Get him a little more wet over there on the main roster. Get his feet into the pool and see what happens with that situation. But I do see Trick as a main eventer. I see Trick versus Braun Breaker in the next 5 years at WrestleMania 45 and whatnot. I see that happening. But Carmelo is good. Carmelo is good. Do I see him as a champion? Yes, I do see him as a world champion. I do. But I just want to see more of him. I want to see more of the ex-NXT world champion. But thank you so much for that question, Southern Belle. Great question. Next question is the last question. Last question is going to be from a Dragon Hunter XD. His question is, should Dynamite and Collision have a on-screen general manager? And who should they be? I love that. I love that. I love that. I think that should happen. But if they do have general managers, I think they should probably break the brands apart like they do on the WWE. You don't need two world champions. You can still have one champion. You don't have to have tag team champions anywhere. All of the champions can fluctuate from brand to brand. That's how it should be. They should fluctuate from brand to brand. But they should have a roster of themselves, and I think that the general managers I think would be very interesting. I would like who would I like on a Collision? Collision, we have not seen Stokely Hathaway in a while. So put Stokely over there on the Collision side, and put how about this? Smart Mark Sterling's as the GM, because he's a heel. Have him on the Dynamite, being very, very heelish all the time. How about that? That would be two of the very first general managers I would put on there. But yeah, I would love to see that. That would be a very interesting situation with that, having them as GM on screen authority figures. They're doing a great job on the Raw and SmackDown brands. And I would like to, I would like to see one on NXT as well. How about that? But that is a great question. Thank you so much for that question. On to the polls that I did for the week. I will have those out. Hopefully, I'll have questions out on non-show days. I will usually have those out on non-show days. So the very first one I had was what brand will CM Punk choose tonight, which was Monday. Of course, we all knew what was going to happen. It was going to be Raw, SmackDown, NXT, or AEW. So, believe it or not, of course, 75% of everybody said that Monday Night Raw was going to be his choice. And, of course, Monday Night Raw was his choice. 8% of people said that he was going to choose AEW. I thought that was pretty funny. The next question was, what do you think is a bigger issue in AEW's decline? I said that the AEW women's division. I said wrong time slot for shows. I said lack of storylines or strong storylines, and other. Believe it or not, it is a three-way tie between other, lack of strong storylines, and the women's division. Wow. So other is still out there. There's a lot of things that's going on with AEW. I do hate that happened. But yeah, it's a lot of stuff that's going on with AEW. Also, I put out one more question, which was, what platform do you think WWE Raw will land on? I put down NBC Universal. I put Warner Brothers Discovery. They do have a bid. Well, they are considering what's going on. I also have Disney Plus, which is another platform that ESPN, all those areas and whatnot, and also Amazon Prime. They remember Amazon Prime does do live sports. They also have the Thursday night football show there. But the winner, believe it or not, is with NBC Universal, which is kind of weird because they just purchased the rights for, I think, 3 years for SmackDown. It'll be very, very interesting if they get the Raw brand as well, you guys. Very interesting. So those were the questions that I do have. Don't forget, I do send out those questions on non-show days, okay? So non-show days, I do put out questions for you guys. Don't forget, you can get your questions in right now, because that show, the Ask Wrestlekram feed is out right now. I do thank y'all so much for being a part of the show. Thank you so much for watching the show. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Hit that notification bell. I'm on the X. I'm on TikTok. I'm on Facebook. I have my own Facebook group page, Wrestlekram Super Club. So go check me out over there as well, okay? The best is truly yet to come. Until next time, love, peace, and of course, wrestling.